Hello everyone and welcome back to String Operations in C. If you already watched part 1, you already know the fundamentals of substring extraction, finding characters, finding substrings and splitting strings. Today we are going to take it to the next level. In this session, we are going to explore 5 more essential string operations that every C programmer needs to master. First, we'll learn about string copying with string copy. Second, we'll discover string clearing with memset. And third, we'll explore case conversion using tuple and tolover. Fourth, we'll learn about string to number conversion using itoy and itof. Finally, we'll cover number to string conversion using sprintf. By the end of this session, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of string manipulation in C.
So let us begin with our first concept, safe string copying. What is string copy? The name string copy stands for string and copy, where n represents the number of characters to copy. It's a built-in function that copies a specified number of characters from one string to another. Now you might be thinking, why do we need a special function for copying? Can't we just use a loop? Yes, we could, but string copy gives us something important, control and safety. Why is string copying important? Let me paint a picture of why this matters. Imagine you have a program that asks user for the username. You allocate spaces for 20 characters. A user enters John Doe 123, that's fine, it fits. But what if a malicious user tries to enter 1000 characters? Without proper copying controls, you could overflow your buffer and crash your program, or worse, create a security vulnerability. This is where string copy becomes your guardian. It lets you say, copy only this many characters, no more. The real world applications for the same are user input validation, file processing, network programming, database operations. How does string copy work? The syntax looks something like this. Now let me break this down. The destination is where we are copying to. This is your target array. Source is where we are copying from. This is your original string. Number, how many characters to copy? This is your safety limit. And result is a pointer to the destination, usually not needed but returned by the function. Important behavior that you need to know. Here's something critical about string copy. It has two special behaviors. Behavior 1 is if the source string is shorter than number. String copy pads the remaining space with null terminators. This ensures clean, predictable data. And behavior 2 is if the source string is longer than the number. String copy copies exactly number characters and does not add a null terminator. This is a common thing, so you need to manually add null terminator at the end to be safe. Our second concept is string clearing, resetting or wiping out a string completely using memset. Now, what is memset? The name memset stands for memory set. It sets a block of memory to a specific value. Think of it like a paint roller that can quickly paint over an entire wall with a color. When working with strings, we typically use memset to fill a string with null characters or zeros, effectively clearing it out completely. Why do we need to clear strings? Here's why string clearing is essential. Leftover data. When you declare a character array in C, it doesn't start empty. It contains whatever random garbage data was in the memory location before. So if you don't clear it first, you might see strange characters at the end. Problem 2 is reusing strings. If you are reusing a string variable for multiple operations, old data from previous uses might remain. Problem 3 is security. When handling sensitive data like passwords, you should clear strings to prevent data from lingering in memory, where it could potentially be accessed. Debugging. Cleared strings make debugging easier because you know exactly what's in your array. The real world applications are buffer management, password handling, data sanitization, array initialization. Now, how does memset work? The syntax looks like this. String is the memory location you want to fill your character array in. Value is what you fill it with, typically 0 or null terminator for strings. Size is how many bytes to fill, typically the size of the string. Alright, now let's talk about a third concept, which is case conversion, changing letters between uppercase and lowercase using Tupper and Tolover. What are Tupper and Tolover? These are two simple but incredibly useful functions. Tupper converts lowercase letters to uppercase, and Tolover converts uppercase letters to lowercase. Think of them as text transformers. They change the appearance of letters while keeping everything else the same. Real world applications, login systems, search engines, text editors, data validation, and report generation. How do they work? The syntax for both function is identical: int tuple and int character and int tolover int character. Why do they take an int and return an int when we are working with characters? So in C, characters and small integers are interchangeable. When you pass a card, it's automatically converted to an int, and when you get the int result back, you can store it as a card. This is how C works internally. Now let's talk about our fourth concept, ATOI and ATOF, which is also called as ATOI and ATOF. These functions come from abbreviations. ATOI is ASCII to integer, converts a string to an int, and ATOF is ASCII to float, which converts a string to a double floating point number. How do they work? The syntax is beautifully simple. Int number is equal to a toy string and double decimal is equal to a tof. Our fifth and final concept is the reverse operation, converting numbers back into strings using sprintf. Now, what is sprintf? The name sprintf stands for string print formatted. It's like printf, but instead of printing to the screen, it prints into a string. Think of sprintf as a powerful formatter that can take numbers, booleans, characters, anything, and convert them into text that can be stored, displayed, or manipulated into a string. Why convert numbers to strings? Reason 1, display and output. Reason 2, file storage. Reason 3, string concatenation. Reason 4 is data serialization. And reason 5 is logging and debugging. How does sprintf work? This is the syntax for the same. Now let me break this down. Destination is where the string result will be stored. Format is a template where format specifiers like %d, %f, and %s is going to be. And values is where the actual values to convert and insert is going to be.
Now let's see all the concepts that we have learned in action together. The first part of our code is our program header and setup, which includes necessary libraries, and int main, which is our program entry point. Now we have our string copying with string copy. Here you can see a source string is created which has 21 characters and two destination buffers of different sizes are created. String copy destination 1, source 10. Here it says copy only first 10 characters from source to destination 1. Then we have added null terminator for safety. Printf statements that will print source string and its length and print the 10 character copy. Now string copy destination 2, this line copies to a larger buffer of 29 characters max, leaving room for null terminator, and then we manually add null terminator at the end. String clearing with memset. Here we started with print section header and then we create a buffer with initial string. Then we display buffer before clearing and its length with our printf statements. And then memset fills entire buffer, all 50 bytes, with zeros. This effectively clears the string. And then we display empty buffer, length which will be 10, and reuse the cleared buffer with new content showing buffer can be reused after clearing. The next concept is case conversion. Here we start with the print section header and then we create original text and buffers for conversion with the first 3 lines, and then we display the original text using printf. Now we copy text to upper text and loop through each character until null terminator. The tuple here converts each character to uppercase, leaving number symbols unchanged, and with the printf statement we display uppercase version. Then we do the same process but with the tolover for lowercase conversion. Now we can see a case insensitive comparison demo. here, which creates two username with different cases. It creates buffer for lowercase versions, and then using string copy, we copy username to new buffer, and then we convert both to lowercase using compact loop syntax. Now, the next few lines of code compares the lowercase versions, and using string compare we return 0 if strings are equal, and shows John uppercase and John lowercase are the same when case is ignored. Now we come to string to number conversion. Here our print section header is printed, and then we create string representations of number. A toy converts string to integer with ASCII to integer, and a TOF converts string to floating point number. This can handle negative numbers and decimals. Now we display conversions with appropriate format specifiers with our printf statements, and then we perform arithmetic on converted numbers. Then we display calculations results using printf statements again. Now we come to our number to string conversion. We have printed our section header here, and then we create numeric variables, and then we've created string buffers. Now printf formats and stores output in a string like printf but to string, and then our %d is for integers, %point to f for decimals with 2 places, and then we have created formatted price tag and file name with our printf statements, and then we display formatted strings with our printf statements. We have created date formatted report and %0 to d pads numbers with leading zeros if needed. For example, 05 instead of 5. And then using our printf statement again, we display our final report. Now we try running the entire program. Now you can see the output, which is string copying, where you can see hello world programming copied 10 characters to destination 1 and copied to destination 2. Then we can see string clearing. Before clearing, the string will be cleared and all of the result that we had expected. Then we can see case conversion. The original was hello world 1, 2, 3, and then we have uppercase and lowercase versions of it. And then we can see case insensitive comparison with John and John, where the upper and the lower case are the same. And then we can see the string to number, a toy, a TOF conversions. And finally, we can see the number to string conversion using printf. Great job on completing today's session. Practice on Code Chef, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding!